Hello, hola, ciao, namaste. This is Sylvia Mordini, the founder of Alchemy of Yoga, and it's a pleasure to be with you right now. And what's on my mind is whether or not yoga needs to be reformed. And I'm really curious to understand what you think and what you believe. All I can share right now is what I believe and what I've seen in 20 years in this industry and wellness as a whole. And that is that it is long overdue to reform yoga and to find a better way. Because when I look around and I ask just simple questions, are we really allowing everyone to be represented in the yoga world? The answer is no. And not only are we not doing better from 20 years, 15 years ago, 10 years to 5 years ago, I actually feel as if things have gotten worse and more narrow. We see less representation in the yoga world for the most part and not more. And now and again, you see a token person of color somewhere, and then 2 years later, maybe someone else. But this is really personal for me. As a person of color, this is really personal. And I've been on a mission for 20 years trying to promote inclusivity in yoga, because I really believe that yoga can be of benefit to everybody. Everybody. And that was the tagline of my first studio, Total Body Yoga, was yoga for everybody. And it was a place that was inclusive for all humans, And I wish that I could say that I see that and I'm seeing more of that, but instead I'm seeing less. And there's certain ways that we're excluding people. You know, it's also even socioeconomic, right? I remember I went on a date with a guy in Santa Cruz, California, and I said, oh, let's do something I want to do and I'll pay, I'll treat, right? You know, and I go to pay after class, the drop-in rate for the two of us, and I spent $55. That's it, just for a yoga drop-in class, and just a class. And that wasn't even coffee, dinner, or anything. It was a super spendy evening. But I thought, like, who can afford that? You know, that was hard for me. And it's going to be hard for a lot of normal people to be able to have that kind of money, along with an $80 yoga mat and a $30 water bottle. And, you know, one of the changes that I've seen is over the years, when back in the day, we used to just wear whatever to go take yoga class. We didn't have like special like yoga outfits. There wasn't even such a thing. And now I would look around and I'd see like $500 yoga outfits. That really is pricing people out between the cost of the classes, what people are wearing, all the stuff that they need to come in. Like, that's not making yoga inclusive and accessible to more people. It's literally sending the message, yoga is not for everybody. Yeah. And, you know, it's interesting because I've asked my students this time and again, whether they're students in my teacher training programs or the conferences I teach worldwide or in regular studio classes, am I, like, you know, the first brown teacher you've ever had? And for most people, they're like, yes, I've like never had a person of color teach yoga before. And sadly, for so many, I will be the only teacher that they have. And that's saying to me that it's overdue to reform yoga. We need representation in yoga. And I feel that, you know, it's not that easy when I go take a class and I am the only one of me in an entire class over and over. That's been the case. And it's not always that comfortable. I feel a lot of stress from that. And that's just as a student. And then as a teacher of color, I really feel the pressure to have to, like, you know, always raise the bar. And that puts a lot of pressure and stress on me as well. But if we allowed for greater representation in yoga, we would be able to make it more inclusive, because we want to see different body types, different ages, different abilities, different races teaching yoga. Yes? That's the only way to make yoga more inclusive. And so I really want you to think about, at the studios you teach, the studios you attend, wherever you're taking classes, who are you supporting and why? And is there any diversity in those places where you're taking classes, or in the products that you're purchasing related to yoga? In the advertisements, is there any diversity whatsoever, or some sort of balance, or not? And then why are you supporting them? Every time you spend money on a yoga product, you're being political, because that shows what you care about and who you support. And so I would really encourage you to do some homework and think about how you can live this yoga off the mat, so to speak, in the choices that you make and where you take yoga, how you take it, and how you can play a part in reforming yoga. Might as well now. The entire yoga world is completely changed with the pandemic. And so now let's do something. Let's take this as an opportunity to make the changes that we know we are desperately needing to make in order to make yoga more inclusive, and so that everyone feels like this is a place of unconditional love and respect. So from my heart to your heart, to the heart of the universe, I'll see you on the mat.